Hi, everyone. I'm Charity Starchenko. I'm the marketing manager at Vibrant Faith. Welcome to Voices of Vibrant Faith. This is a time where we sit down with somebody who is part of our Vibrant Faith community. They're a coach. They work as part of the staff, or they're participating in a resource, a master class, a book club, any other place that we have opportunities for community. We're going to talk to these people and hear their stories a little bit. And so today I'm excited to sit down to talk with Cris Alsum, who's the Vibrant Faith administrator. And she'll tell us more about herself in just a minute. But from firsthand experience, I can tell you that Cris accomplishes more in 1 hour than some of us do all week. And that is very exciting. So she'll tell us a little bit about us, but Cris, I'm really glad you're here today. And I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about your call to ministry or your call to Vibrant Faith.
Sure. Hi, Charity. Thanks for having me. I have spent my career working in all sorts of different support roles in administration. I've just worked in all sorts of things, from churches to businesses, all over the place. And so when the opportunity came for me to join the Vibrant Faith team, I knew it was going to be a great fit.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I know we have similar stories of backgrounds. I came from a church, you came from a church. How do you find your experience working at church to be helpful at Vibrant Faith?
Oh, I think it's very helpful because we have a heart to serve churches and church leaders. And so having had first experience behind the scenes there, I think gives us a perspective that will just benefit the relationships we have with our churches.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. In this current phase of the pandemic or the endemic or whatever we're calling the season of life right now with COVID, what has surprised you most about your work?
Wow. Well, initially, I thought I was going to go crazy being sent home after working closely with, especially at our church. I left my job at the church right as the pandemic hit. So I went from being around my friends and my church family all the time to being home alone, trying to get to know a different team that was suddenly gone to a remote situation. So that was really hard. But Vibrant Faith has been such a blessing. This is another new role I've had since the pandemic, and learning how to work remotely with a team that communicates well has been amazing.
Yeah. I know the pandemic actually really prepared me well for my job at Vibrant Faith too, especially because we are remote. What are some of your how has your personal ministry or call to ministry changed over the last few years?
Wow. Well, the pandemic, I'm going to set that aside and talk a little personally, because we are just launching our 2 daughters. So we have a daughter that's 21 and one that's 18, just graduated from high school. So I feel like my personal ministry has been raising those kids up to launch. And now that they are leaving the nest, I'm open to what God has next for me.
Yeah. And it's, such an amazing time to think about what all of our next opportunities are. And I know part of that is really just following God in the long game to figure that out. And it's really remarkable to be able to do that in this time too. There's so many different changes that have happened that allow us to explore new things. What is one thing you actually started doing during the pandemic that you hope is permanent?
Wow. Well, let's see. How about in our church? I'll talk about that, just because now I've transitioned to being a volunteer, and it's been really fun. We've made a real effort since the pandemic to focus on really welcoming and being intentional about living out our mission. I think we all got pretty comfortable, and then we got our worlds blown up. And then coming out of it, it's looking at what are the important things we need to be doing to serve our community.
Yeah. I love that change that's resulted from this. And that's such a familiar refrain that I'm hearing from a lot of people, just this new clarified calling of what it means to really serve communities and serve God and serve one another in this season is really, really cool and really sweet and remarkable. So finally, for our last question, this is a fun question, kind of like a softball question, just to think about. If you had an all expenses paid vacation, where do you go and why? And for how long?
Oh my gosh. Well, my dream vacation is renting a cottage on the coast of Maine for a month.
Yes.
And just reading books and sitting by the ocean.
Yes.
So that is it's not totally out of reach, but the time away would be amazing to have that much time to just be.
Yes.
Yeah.
The slap of water on rocks is
my favorite.
So relaxing. Yeah. Cris, thank you so much for joining us today. I really enjoyed our conversation, and I hope that we can do this again sometime. But if you are interested in learning more about Vibrant Faith, we'd love to have you check out the link below. You can explore all the different resources that we have for churches and pastors. You can explore master classes and coaching. We'd love to have you try out coaching in our one-day intensive. So all of that information is available online. We'd love to meet you sometime soon in a class or a coaching cohort. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye.
Bye.